Marcel Williams here with Elliott Wave Source, #1 source for Elliott Wave Technical Analysis. Today's November 13th, 2013, and today I will go over a couple of key pairs going into the day, and that's the Aussie Kiwi, Euro Dollar, and Pound Dollar. Aussie Kiwi, we touched upon this earlier in the week. This was the chart of the day, and we entered this pair long, looking for the wave to take advantage of wave C. Now, to take a look, we see that we had waves A and possibly B completed, and as I said, we're looking for that wave C. Now, as we take a look, we see that wave A, subwaves of that are as followed. So we got that A followed by about a 38 to 50% correction for wave B, and then that wave A equal the distance of wave C. So as you see, we got wave A and C equal in distance, and then wave B, that larger wave A, the wave B to that cycle is at that 0.618 mark, Fibonacci mark. So it did a 61.8% correction, and then now we're anticipating that it has ended, and now we're going to be entering wave C. And as we take a look at these subwaves, we see that wave A followed by a 50% correction for wave B, and wave A and C also equal in distance. Now that was at the top of the week. Now, as we see price action, a couple of candles tend to broke below that mark. Now it's not invalid that it broke below the mark. We could see prices just take off from this point. But with the break below that mark, I would not rule out that it could also do a 161.8% extension of wave A, which would put us at about 1.12. and also pull us back down towards the beginning of that wave A. So that would put us at a flat correction. And then wave C, we could anticipate that would move to 116, and then our targets of 117.5. So for this pair, definitely look for it to push higher, though still anticipating it going higher until we get stopped out. So we entered at 1.132 with a 40 pips stop tapped on it, and prices are currently 20 pips out of the money. Now we can look to go break even rather once prices break above this descending trend line. So when prices break above that 1.138 mark, you can move stop losses to break even at that point. And the reason is that we could, though I have this labeled as the end of wave B, I'm not ruling out that prices could push lower. If that's the case, then we could see that be our wave 1, wave 2, 3, followed by a flat choppy correction, and then that wave 4 would come to this mark. It should end at 1.385 and then fall lower, so you could get stopped out. So to avoid that, just look to go break even once prices get to that 1.138 mark. Shift gears over to the pound, another pair we touched on earlier in the week, and we covered it last week as well. Did a couple of charts and videos on it last week. Now with the pound, see that we had wave 1 completed and wave 2. Now last week we entered half of the position. We didn't get to enter the full position because it just came a tad shy of our entry limit at 1.612, but we definitely entered half a position, and the average entry is at 1.606, so currently up a significant amount. And we stated in the chart of the day, in the technical setup that we had on Monday, we stated if prices break below that 1.592 area, you could look to add on to shorts. Now prices started to take off before that pound data that came out yesterday, and it did break below that level, but it broke below 10 minutes before the data came out. So for you guys that weren't watching closely, you guys missed out on that down move, but prices did come back up. It fell and then it came back up. So hopefully you guys then took advantage of that throughout the day, or if not, then you can also take advantage of it right now. If it's still at this level once you watch this video, of course, but you can take advantage of it at like close to that 1.59 level, as we are expecting that prices should push lower. So maybe with the data that come out today, make prices move sideways or give it a little spike, you can look to enter short of that level. Anything about that 1.59 level, and then stops would be set at 1.596. And then we'll be looking for prices to push lower. Now, looking at the charts, seeing that we noticing a little pattern. Now, take a look at these subwaves. Seeing a little setup taking place. Now, this could be that wave with the subwaves of wave 3. This could be the wave 1, followed by a 50% correction for wave 2, then followed by a 100% extension for wave 3, and then another 50% correction for wave 4. And then that fifth wave would then be the distance of wave, the beginning of 1 to the end of 3. Once we apply that to the end of wave 4, see that prices should push lower towards that below 1.57. Now our targets were set at 1.55, as that's a 161.8% extension of wave 1, that larger wave 1. But if we take a look at the 100% move of that larger wave 1, then we'd see prices would be set at 1.575. Now the other targets put us at 1.57, so that would be a good area to look to put your targets. 1.57, so you can look to come off half there, and then the other half at that 1.56 mark, which we initially had set up. And then finally, let's just take a look at the euro. Now euro is today's chart of the day, and the euro, similar picture as the pound. Definitely expecting it to push lower, but the euro is looking really attractive at this point. Now as you see that larger wave 1, it retraced 23.6%, and initial targets are set at 1.315. Now as we take a closer look at these subwaves of that larger wave 3, we see that wave 1 was followed by a 61.8% correction, and it also found resistance. It's finding resistance at this horizontal trend line, which it previously broke the end of last week, and also we see it's found resistance at a descending trend line right here. So definitely a good area to get long. In the chart of the day, we said look to go short at 1.345, but anywhere in that vicinity would be fine, and then stop losses would just be above that 76.4% fib. So right above that 1.349 level. Be a good area to put the stop losses, and then we look for prices to push towards 1.315. That's the video for today. Thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, definitely feel free to jump in the chat room, fire away, or you can shoot us an email. Paul or myself will gladly respond and assist you with any questions or comments that you guys may have. For you guys that are trading, enjoy the rest of your week trading, and good luck.